built different.
Only shooting stars break the mold.
Hello everybody and welcome to Brawl Stars. I'm Amy the Amazonian, and today I'm playing with Bristly Bill, Spine, Sower. This is a +1/+1 counters landfall deck. You might be kind of familiar with his first ability because it's the same one as Roaring Earth. Whenever land enters the battlefield under your control, you can get a +1/+1 counter on one of your creatures. But he also has this extra good ability of doubling the number of +1/+1 counters on creatures you control. That means that we've got landfall payoff, we've got things that get us the land, and we've got lots and lots of +1/+1 counters. There's a lot of cards in this deck that actually work very, very closely with Bristly Bill's abilities to help us do things like make infinite mana, get all the lands out of our decks, while growing our creatures bigger and bigger and bigger. I'm talking about cards that get us mana when lands enter the battlefield, cards like Fertilid, which you could put a counter on it and then remove the counter, and as long as you're getting more mana back, boom, perfect, you're getting extra mana. We also have classic Scales cards like Hardened Scales, and of course, just some nice mono green ramp, not just land-based ramp, but especially land-based ramp, in order to help us get lots of good creatures out, go wide, build tall, and win the game. Some of my favorite cards in this deck are cards like Ancient Green Warden, because they double up that landfall ability and allow us to replay lands from our graveyard. And we are running a whole bunch of fetch lands in order to get double triggers instead of just one when we happen to get a land. This deck has gone absolutely wild in a lot of the games that I've played with it so far, doing all sorts of nutty things like, oh, I don't know, maybe getting out your Rashaya and then all of your creatures entering the battlefield make things bigger. We had a game with, where are you? The Kami of Whispered Hopes, getting to literally thousands of power, which meant literally thousands of mana. There's so much good stuff you can do with Bristly Bill, so we're going to take them into the queue, and we're going to grow these plants. Atraxa, Crater's Voice, the 4-color Proliferate commander, good with +1/+1 counters, just like us, Planeswalkers, and Poison. This hand is okay, but we have mana that's coming in tapped. I am still going to risk the keep on this, and I'm going to hope that we get another mana source. The ideal start for this hand is actually going to be getting out this Incubation Druid before Bristly Bill. What happened to my Crater Hoof? He's having a regular one. We have enough lands in this deck, too, that, like, I'm just going to hope that we draw some extra. Is that the best one? I can also throw down the Fabled Passage first. But if I do manage to get another land, this will all be worth it. Always worth it. We're going to go ahead and throw down the Forest, and then the Incubation Druid. Still just leaving this Fabled Passage unbothered. Incubation Druid, by the way, works so well with +1/+1 counters because if you get a +1/+1 counter onto it, alright, that's fair, it gets more mana. So this person knows exactly what I'm trying to do, and they're here to stop me. I don't have anything I can do with just 1 mana, so I'll just pass the turn and swing in for 1. Yeah, I got swordsed. Here, I was thinking it was going to be a counter spell. And in response to me cracking open that land, Fateful Absence. Ooh, this person really is packed with removal. That tells me that this is almost certainly going to be a Planeswalker deck. Which, okay, fine. I'm gonna get mad modified, bro. Mad modified. And now that I have a Stonecoil Serpent, I'll be able to block your Atraxa forever. I replay Bristly Bill, but I don't actually have any lands here. The Emergent Sequent can grab me one. But instead, I'm going to start with Gallagreators into Stonecoil Serpent. Get a treasure token. Boop. The more modified creatures I have, the better this'll be, because once we have 5 of them, this thing gets +5/+5 and trample. Hi, Fabro Elder. Ooh, I could plot or play this Railway Brawler. That's That's a really cool card. I haven't actually had a chance to really play with that yet. I'm just gonna play it. Sounds cool. I don't have any mana for that. And now we're going to swing in with each of these. If you'd like to trade, cool. Yeah, Bristly Bill's not the only threat in this deck. We're a scales deck. We're aggressive and we're big and we're green. Aw, no! It was a farewell! Well, well, well. That's just how it goes. Addison's Pilgrim and Kaito. Taking a ninja. Was hoping to get a land there. Failed to do so. Our opponent's just so fun. Yeah, so fun.
Thanks. I'll be taking that now.
Telling me you got some sort of a big Teferi. What? This is what Craterhoof Behemoth always looked like. I don't know what you're talking about. That's regular style Craterhoof Behemoth. Nice. Drew a land. Bringing back a land. Playing a land. Getting out the delighted halfling. The halfling will grow. It's Craterhoof Behemoth. Or cheddar hoof, as some people call him, because his flavor text refers to, you know, his cheddar-flavored favorite snacks. Mirari's Wake gives them lots of mana. They can still untap things with Teferi. If they want to, they could play Atraxa this turn. With mana to spare. Oh, Paradise Druid. Oh, I love Mommy Whispered Hopes. Swinging on in. Ooh, Nykthos or Vista? I think a Nykthos. With that Proliferate, you're going to be able to ult their Teferi here. They'll now get to untap all of their permanents during my end steps. Oh, and a Vorinclex is actually going to stop me from getting counters. But there's a reason I wanted Nykthos here. I guess it won't fully stop me, because we double and then half. Everything gets untapped and retapped. This is why. I'm gonna start, though, by... Oh, this would die, right? Yeah, Tumble Swags. I have enough, so I'll just do it anyway. Yeah, it still gets the 1. Who wants this? Chicken Nugget does. By the way, this is the discounted ability off the turtle here. Things happen. Go to combat. I'm also considering, like, tapping this for 12 to, like, double up counters a bunch, but I'd rather just swing in with everybody. Go for it, sweeties. It's a lot of damage. Thank you. I think. I want the hoof to have some too. Wow, they hate Bill. Bill with the kill. See that? You shouldn't concede when you get board wiped. You just gotta persevere. Rona, Herald of Invasion. It's nice to have lands, and since Bristly Bill only costs 2, that's a fine hand. But I'm gonna mulligan, and I like this hand even more. We've got ourselves a combi of Bamboo Groves, which is going to get an extra land into play. There it is. As we play up against what I assume is going to be a reanimation deck, because Rona is very good at discarding cards. You get the cards in your hand, you throw them in the graveyard, and you have yourselves a happy little time. Let's grow our combi of Bamboo Groves and swing for 2. Whenever you cast a legend, you also can untap her, so you can keep on looting to set up for perfect storms of bringing stuff back from the graveyard. I could go for the Awaken the Woods for more triggers. I'd rather just go for 1. This time I'm buffing up Bristly Bill, but swinging in with both. I know Pawk into Awaken the Woods is also kind of nice, but it's also like against a Dimir deck, I don't trust Pawk to stick around for a turn if I can't trigger him right away. They're going for the kill on Bill. Yep, kill Bill indeed. Didn't get a land, so I'm gonna play this Oracle. Not a land on top, swinging for 5. They draw, they discard. I see a Karn in the grave. Chat's chanting for Bill. Oh, Prosoditic Memory. Since they can keep drawing and discarding and drawing and discarding based on the number of legendary spells they have, this could get them a very large number of counters. Chat is chanting for Bill. By the way, Raven Man cares about a player, so they'll stick out of Birdie. They did discard. Lands? Lands! Alright, we're gonna go Pawk off. I do have the mana to play Gallagreators this turn, but I'd rather get more triggers off of Pawk, so I am just going to pass the turn. Telling him to Pawk off, Queen. Yeah, listen, we have to have the landfall cards. They're good. I'm looking forward to this Henge, too. What is my favorite Outlaws commander? Outlaws of Thunder Junction? Probably Jasper, but a lot of that's just because I like to do crime. I'll just crack this open now. If they have a spell to kill Pawk, great. I'll crack open the other one. Boop. More lands. More fun. I'm doing too much thinking for green. I have triggers to make and actions to take. Dropping an Eldest Reborn. I mean, I would just drop the Kami of Bamboo Grove, so I guess I get it. Don't you Robert Frost at me in the chat, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. I'm from New England. Ugh, they make us learn that stuff. Bye, Pawk. Oh, are they stealing him? Why, Rona, I didn't know you cared. Oh, gosh, no, I hate Hawken, though. Jacob Hawken? Don't like this kid. How many cards did they draw this turn? Oh, well, they're going to increase that number by 1. Let me check this out. I can get counters too. Ooh, Defiler sounds great. Let's go ahead and throw this bad boy down. Wireless tracker triggers. Henge, paying life, because of course we're paying life. We love paying life. Got myself a land. That's a nice land to have on top of the deck. I am going to play the build, put this into hand, even though I don't need the card advantage, just so I can get the triggers from it. Get some of these, some of those. One of these want to use. All right, we gotta crack it open. Defiler doesn't care where you're casting the card for him. It can discount your commander if it is a green permanent. As long as it's a green permanent, that's the rules. Okay. That's 1 mana for, or 2 life, I should say, for +1/+1 counters on all of my creatures. I guess we attack in. It forces them to block with all their creatures. And we win. GG. Rakdos, the muscle! Oh, he's so big and strong when he sacrifices creatures and steals from you. Technically, you can actually just use his ability to draw from your own deck, but why would you ever when you can take your opponent's cards? We have ourselves a very nice start, though, because we have a hardened scales, so we can get more counters on our creature. That said, I have a feeling that Bristly Bill is going to be stolen and sacrificed, or just killed a few times in this game. I am actually considering not playing him yet. I'm gonna go for it here just to use up the mana. We'll see if Bill survives to actually do any damage. And dead. Thoughtseize, probably hitting the 1 ring. Oh, no, going for Vorinclex. Oh, and hello, Kodama. Giving my modified creatures trample, and if a modified creature hits our opponent, a Jambo, you know, we get lands. And you know what lands get us? More modification. Whoa, Strider. Aww. Hobbit. So cute. Don't mind me. Playing Bill again. I'm just chilling for a turn. If I had a land in hand, I would have gone for Bill. Getting down the 1 ring sets me up for drawing lands across turns. Now that we have the Heath in our graveyard, eventually we can bring it back with the Grave Warden. Green Warden? Green Warden. Ah, look at that, a land. Take it. Buff it up. Now they do have 6 toughness between these creatures. We're just gonna pass. Ooh, Grim Haruspex is what they found off Prosper. Nice. Prosper is great with Rakdos since you can cast and play the cards from exile. Jadar and Foolcaller. Great for sacrificing things. It's based on mana value, I think, of the sacrificed creature. Yeah. In the set, by the way, there's something that cares about the mana value of the sacrifice creature, that's Rakdos, and something that cares about the power of a sacrifice creature, that's Gitrog monster. I can play that Ancient Green Warden here. We could also double up some counters, go for a swing. Just going to draw the One Ring first. Aw, Teapots, thank you for gifting a sub. Have I already done a Gitrog brew? I haven't, but I've run into a bunch of Gitrogs in the queue, and I think he's really cool. It's up there on my list of to-do to brew. Hello, Rakdos. Oh, if you like this song, by the way, that's playing, you should check out this entire album. It's really great. Gives me something with reach, so I can block Rakdos. And now we're gonna go ahead and get ourselves some triggers. How about some on you, some on me. Some over here, some over there. Some every which way and everywhere. This is doubling our landfall triggers. And Bristly Bill is landfall. Let's draw a card, see what we get. Lovely. I could technically give that Vorinclex thing there. No, I don't need that. I am deciding, do I want to attack with Bristly Bill? Answer's no. I may end up exiling this Vorinclex to put a counter on one of my creatures. Rakdos. Would you like to sacrifice anything? Prosper gets them a treasure. Bolus's Citadel is going to let them cast spells off the top of their deck for life instead of mana. One of my favorites. They can also sacrifice 10 permanents to drain for 10 life. It's so fun. Ooh, look at you hitting 3 non-lands in a row. And a Liliana! Ooh, spicy. Have us both sacrifice. Goodbye, Landward Elves and Delighted Halfling. But here's something fun. I get to turn all of these into Landward Elves if I exile it from my graveyard. Or into Delighted Halflings, but like... it's not exactly a counterspell matchup here. But they got a Plague Crafter, Lord Skitter, Plague Crafter. An exile there. They've drawn lots of cards. Ooh, Pitiless Plunderer. They do have the ability to sacrifice things on demand with the Woe Strider. Two more little guys, these spirit tokens. Creatures dying, turn into treasure. They only have 6 life left, though, because they went deep on that Citadel. It's one of my favorite, like, sacrifice deck win cons. Get treasure, draw cards. So I wonder what they might be looking for. Right now, they are not threatening lethal, which is good for us. Since we can block, we have multiple creatures with reaches. We're losing 2 life at the start of our next turn. Oh, I think they're going to go for the gambit here. Just seeing what they can get in exile with Prosper and Pitiless Plunderer, and another 10 treasures, possibly, off these 2. Ooh, spicy. Let me see, any activated abilities in here? We got the Woe Strider. I'll take it. Who knows? It might come in handy. Make my Bristly Bill grow! And now all of these can sacrifice each other for fun and profit. Right now we are losing 10 life from the Citadel. Remember, if I lose another 2 life at the start of my turn, and 10 here, but they had to untap it somehow. I can't even tell what's happening here. They have 8 mana. They've already played a land this turn. They're eating him! I guess I'd rather them lose 2 life than me get to scry. I'll sacrifice this one, though, since that's just a go for the throat. Oh, hi, backup plan. I also do have this Lair of the Hydra. And a Voracious Hydra. We have Hydras. Bastion of Remembrance means if these creatures die, they do gain a life. Oh, and there goes Kodama. Oh, darn. Excellent series of maneuvers. Still got 2 mana left. They're up to 5 life because of the Bastion. Grimbo! A little grim initiate. The only thing I have that's hasty is the Lair. Oh, also, thank you, Teapots, for gifting us up the shifty-looking cow. They were able to go through so many cards from Rakdos. Good for them. Now they also have to discard because they have 19 cards in hand. Bristly Bill. Cost a little too much. He's not quite working as an answer. Oh, wouldn't you be sweet? One, two, 3, 4. I think killing the Pitiless Plunderer is going to be pretty nice. You think the One Ring is going to kill me? Give me a turn or 2. I'm perfectly capable of killing myself, thank you. Gotta put full control mode on here. I'm gonna go for the life gain. Looking at which abilities we could grab. Ooh, Beast would be funky. Right now, I'm mostly still just eyeing these guys. Right now, they all have the Woe Strider ability. Ooh, wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You can sacrifice the Citadel to itself. Or they could just go for the kill. Either way, they do have lethal. I'll hit them with a concession. Good game. Save you a couple clicks. Breaches the Blast Maker. Breaches sacrifices artifacts and copies spells. Sometimes. Sometimes he actually just explodes the spell and deals damage. Very fun, very chaotic, and a pretty cool commander. Hey there, Breaches. Yeah, Breaches is especially fun because it does not give you the choice. It's a coin flip. You flip a coin, you either get a copy or a big old boppy. Because they likely do have some nice single target removal, I'm going to play a high toughness creature here, this Dusk Shell Crawler, instead of Bristly Bill to start. This is a Trample Giver. Aw, Raging Battle Mouse! So cute, though. I'm gonna do some, Ooh, do I want to throw down this Fabled Passage first? Let's go for the regular forest. Having this Hawk should be spicy, too. No artifacts to sacrifice. But there is an artifact that can be sacrificed on a future turn. We're gonna grow Bill. I'm not playing Ponk without an immediate way to take action with him. So instead, we're gonna Awaken the Woods. That's 2 more lands. Keep growing Bristly Bill, and I'm just going to swing in with him. Big Bill. Gleaming Geardrake. There's their first spell in the turn. Gets them a clue. They play a land. Their second spell is Seize the Secrets. They're sacrificing their Wizard Rockets, and I think that means they get a copy? No, it's 3 damage. It's hard to tell if things are heads or tails. I can't tell heads or tails of it. Oh my gosh, a Toyota Corolla, thank you for the sub. A nice, reliable car. Breaches, very menacing, swings in. And here comes Pock. Fabled Passage gets us the most mana over turns. Tangled Forahedron, though, is the silliest. Because it will actually bring a copy of the creature into play. Get copies on copies. I'm gonna use this. Actually, I'm gonna just crack it. I'm not gonna bother waiting till I get maximum Pock value. I just want to build up my board like crazy this turn. Oh, I should have put 1 counter on you. Lovely! And swinging in. And surely not Simon, thank you for the sub. If you're not Simon, who are you? Sus. Charting a course without attacking in first. Gives them some filtering if they discarded Steam Vents. They'll have a land in hand, though. They'll have artifacts that are sacrificable. Unexpected Windfall! They are sacrificing that. That'll grow the Geardrake. And they got an A, which I think means it's doubled. So, 4 mana for 4 mana. You're going to get 4 treasures and 4 cards drawn. What can you do with your remaining 4 mana? Party hard? Probably. It's nice that we have a big trampling Pock, though. Okay, so they're going for a big score. That's going to make a very big Gleaming Geardrake. Draw them 2 more cards, get them 2 more treasures. Turning those treasures into a Signet. The Geardrake still growing. I feel like the thing most likely to kill me here would be Thud. But they don't have the mana for it. They don't have to worry about Thud. They just have to worry about Bristly Bill, doubling up counters on things and swinging for lethal. GG. Mythweaver, Hawk. Just like us, they're doing terrible things with lands. I am okay with this hand, because we've got this Kami of Whispered Hopes, Emergent Sequence, and of course our good friend Bristly Bill. Now I'd love to have some turn 1 ramp and some extra lands, but I don't, and that's fine. Mythweaver Hawk is in our deck too, because we like to make more lands, just like them. Here comes Bill. Terra Bill. Yeah. This gives them 4 mana for Pawk next turn. Oh yeah, well, I have this, and I'm going to use it to put a counter onto Bristly Bill and then play Kami of Whispered Hope, so I can hopefully get the biggest, bestest, most beautiful Kami ever. Mythweaver Pawk. Making a copy of Argoth. Actually thought Argoth was a legendary land. I guess not. Ozolith. Emergent Sequence. Roaring Earth would be great if I had a land. This is sort of a land, so I'm actually going to start with this. Land enters the battlefield. We're going to buff up our Kami. That gives me 4 mana here. And I can use that mana with these other creatures. Also with this Goldvein Hydra. I'm going to go Ozolith into a Goldvein Hydra for X equals 1. This is actually not going to be a 1/1, though. It's going to be a 3/3. And if it dies, I get 3 tap treasures. So this is a rather sacrificable creature. Kami and Ozolith, a dream. You know it. Having both of these out means that at the start of my turn, I can use the Ozolith to put some counters onto this to just try and get more mana for the turn. Tireless Provisioner, getting them food and treasures. Cat. Yup, that's a cat. But they didn't attack it, I think in part because they know that this Goldvein Hydra is Goldvein Hydra. I'm gonna pop down Roaring Earth. Play the Forest. Beef, beef, Beefadelphia. So yeah, that's tapping for mana now. 1 second, I am going to tap. More important to me to make a bigger champion of Lamholt. Oh dang, I don't have enough for an extra activation anyway. That's fine. Still got big. Not quite as big as this, but like Champion of Lamholt, 8/8. Or 8 counters. Mythweaver Pawk, next turn, might not be able to block. Depends on how many lands they get into play. Casual 25, 25. Yeah, this is 25 plus mana next turn. Because I can double it before I tap it for mana, using the forest and the other lands we have. So Puck's a 15/15. Has some card draw available too. And another big boy. This Beanstalk Giant, just like Puck, is the same size as the number of lands they have. Oh no, I don't like that they just QQ'd. They have all the mana in the world. I mean, so do we, but our mana's more awesome because it's on a spirit. No! Finale for 13! They're tutoring for the Emrakul, and the Emrakul is sadly able to fly over us. Sorry, Cultivator Colossus? It doesn't matter. It's too big for us. But wait, no trample here. I'm alive. Absorb some of that damage. I lived. Yeah. I have lethal. Just, yeah, cool. Good game. Should have got a different creature, I guess. Nissa, Resurgent Animist. More landfall commanders out in the queue today. Nissa gets you a green mana, if you're playing a mono-green deck, whenever you have a land enter the battlefield. And when you have a second land enter the battlefield for a turn, you also get whatever elf or elemental is closest to the top of your deck. Put it into your hand. This means big green elves and elementals. Some notable elementals include Green Warden and Ashaya, all very good cards. But just like us, you know, we're doing landfall stuff. We're gonna have a good time. I have to decide if I want to play Bristly Bill next turn. I actually don't think I'm gonna go for turn 2 Bristly Bill. I think this is a turn 3 Bristly Bill kind of hand. Oh, look at all that beautiful ramp. Nissa's in play, and Evolving Wilds gets them 2 landfall triggers in a turn. And that means they'll have 3 mana post Nissa. Let's see what elf elemental they get. Oh! Reclamation Save! They can actually destroy the Jugon Defends the Temple that I just played. That's rough. At least we get to keep the Human Monk token. One Bristly Bill. Beef yourself. Beef some more. Some good beef right there, being a 4/4. Uh-oh, Scoot Bugs. We'll see how many lands they have. This is their 5th land, so it just makes the insect token. But with 4 mana, they could play something that gets them 2 more lands, and that would be scary. Oh, Archdruid's Charm. They're actually going to just bite Bristly Bill. Bill now costs more mana. So you want to fight? Don't fight, Rishkar. Nissa, why do you crave violence? I may want to go for some card advantage off the tracker. In fact, I think I will. Ramping, getting clues, hanging out, having a good time. 2 cards in hand. Lots of mana, though. Oracle of Moldiah. That is a land on top of the deck, followed by a Nissa beneath. Other Nissa. You run so many Nissas in a Nissa deck. Also, now the bug is bugging, which means that the Nykthos is going to generate even more mana. Terrifying. Getting a counter onto the Incubation Druid. I'm gonna crack this open now. I'm not going to wait. Lotus Cobra. Sweet. More mana. Land. Double the bugs. Double the fun. They've got another land here. They can play it with the Oracle. Primal Might on top of the deck. That's going to go to the bottom, though, because Nissa's going to trigger, and they get Circle of Dream Druids, even more obscene amounts of mana. So they're at the point now where they have literally more mana that they can do anything with. Tokens do have mana values if they are a copy of something. So a Scoot Swarm is a copy of Scoot Swarm, and a Scoot Swarm is 2 green, or 2 colorless and 1 green, so they do each add to Nykthos. Champion a Lamb Holt. Lotus Cobra. And the name Druid. Activating Bill. The bugs cannot block here. Only Nissa can. I'm sorry, Nissa or the Forest. I think you can block so freely with the Forest. They're letting me kill her. I got this big ol' Pawk next turn. And lands to follow up with. I think Champion of Lamholt might be our big secret here. And by secret, I mean very on board, very available, very visible potential way to win this game. Weaver Pawk comes into play. Aww, and there's Forerunners on top. They didn't want 2 Prismatic Vistas. They'd rather have 2 Forests. Again, they are at the point where they have all the mana in the world. A Fauna Shaman gets put into hand. Not going to do anything right away, but it is very good. So yes, they have a lot of bugs, and they can deal a lot of damage to me this turn. But they can't kill me. Not with the things I can see. Gonna hold. A couple bugs are coming in. Hawk's going to be their only blocker, I believe. And it would be blocking my biggest creature, would be the Tireless Tracker. Like 7? 8? Sorry. I don't really need the Wildwood Scourge. If I play it for 1, it just increases this by 1, but I don't really need that. Put counters on things that don't have counters, like Snake. Activating Bristly Bill. Swing in. Hawk can block. Nobody else can. We have a lethal swing, despite the number of scoop bugs. Thank you, Champion of Lamholt. You're a good card. Mythweaver Hawk. This hand doesn't have any ramp in it, but it does have some really fun +1/+1 counter cards, and a great henge. So I'm going to keep it because of the henge. Also, yes, we're matching up into so many mono green commanders, and that's fine. I'm gonna grab my Allosaurus Shepherd, you know, for all the mono green counter spells that they have. Better safe than sorry, right? We also have our Cavern of Souls in hand, which is such a... Yeah, well, you know what? These two are in the deck because there's enough people out there who are running oops all counter spells, or just like some well-timed counter spells. You gotta be ready. Hello, Mythweaver Pawk. You planning on doubling some lands? Are you gonna get a Halfling? Maybe a Kami of Bamboo Groves? I think it's gonna be Delighted Halfling, yeah. She's good! She's so cute, too! Windswept Heath. Counters, please. Cracking open the Windswept Heath to grab a basic land. To get some more counters, please. Now we have the Ornery Tumblewag. Who's going to put a counter onto somebody? Eeny, meeny, miny. You! You can put it on yourself because you're so cute! Look at him. It's the baby. So cute. Also, I don't know if I would ride around on a Brushwag. They play Puck. They get double the forest. Let's see if they do anything with those 2 green mana. Maybe more ramp. Maybe a fight or a bite. Oh, the audacity. They're giving Puck trample. Oh, and they're fighting Bristly Bill. How rude. I'll throw Bill back into the command zone. Aw, it means fewer counters this turn. Oh, man. Alright, let's see. I'm still gonna go for big brush wagon this turn. Named Druid here. Saddle up, Allosaurus Shepherd. It's time to get big and get good. Bring it in as a 6/6. You want to trade, Pock? No, they want to keep that trample on there. But what I wanted was a discount on my henge. Because it's pretty great. At least I think it's pretty great. I'll play the Kami of Bamboo Groves. Oh, hello, Nykthos for next turn. I do have Devotion. If a fellow rides up on a tumblewag, you know you're in for some trouble. Prime Time's gonna get them 2 lands, which is actually going to be 4 lands. Thanks, Pock. We're down to 13 life, though, because we've gotten in some good early damage. We got a Windswept Heath here. The other one comes in untapped, so they can't crack that open on my turn to get 2 more lands. They're not attacking in. They know that we're, danger. Have voltage. I will use the Nykthos to start. Yeah, I'm just going to grab it. I want this Vorinclex out bright and early. Ooh, Ozolith. I decide if I want to go for the Provisioner or if I actually go for Ozolith Big Beefins. This is an Ozolith Big Beefins turn. Only one of these fellas has Trample and is big enough to get through Pock. We make you huge too. Make it so there's no one good block. We get a counter on something. I think I put it onto one of these 2, but specifically this one. They're gonna make Pock a little bigger. They're pocking off. Gingerbread Cabin. They both come in untapped, so they can actually get 3 life here off that food. But I have a little trick up my sleeve. Tumblewag doesn't have to target itself. That's a 35/35 with Trample. What are you gonna do about it, kitty cat? I think what you're gonna do is die. The 3 life gained is paltry in the face of my Stone Coil Serpent. GG, Mythweather Ilath, World Sculptor. Landfall buffs up your creatures, specifically your plants. And we actually got a whole bunch of brand new plants. Now, if I had more lands, I would keep this, but we don't. This looks just fine. You know who's a plant? Bristly Bill is a plant. This is a combination landfall +1/+1 counters build that's just real fun. Plays kind of similarly to a lot of the other elementals decks, too. Hello, yes, a forest. I see you looking at my forest. Are you jealous? It's very pretty. It's from Dominaria United. It's one of my faves. I'm gonna go for the Bristly Bill this turn, but I think playing Wildwood Scorch for X=1 was also okay. Oh, hi, Nissa. I wonder if they're interested in trading. I think I should encourage them to trade. Hey, let me hit. Thank you. They let me ramp. Thank you. Guess they want to get that mana out. Oh, also something notable is they get plants based on a number of basics. There's going to be a lot of basic lands, more than you might want otherwise. It still works out just fine. Ooh, Devilish Valet. They're gonna go for the double, 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 double. Gonna make my life harder. That trample? Yeah. Wish we had one more land in hand, but we don't. We want to hit with one of these. I will offer you a bill in this trying time. Grab a basic. +1/+1 counter. I'll put on Kodama. And proliferate. So this is the maximum amount of blockitude I have, but I'm not great at powers of 2. I just know it's going to be very powerful. Oh, they weren't able to play Phylath first. Didn't have a land in hand. Okay. I'm cool with this. They have 4 mana floating. Paradise Druid, very playable. That's off Niss's ability. Doubles again, up to 8. We mill. Counter. Gonna proliferate. Know we could have played the Fabled Passage first here too. I don't know what I'm looking for. I'm looking for lethal. We're getting there. We're getting the lethal. GG. Urza, Lord Protector, has counter spells and board wipes and artifacts. Which is why I kept this hand, because it has a turn 1 delighted halfling, and we're gonna go ahead and throw her down and say, howdy. Howdy, how do you like my hobbit? Quite a bit, thank you. I could also play the Kodama here. Modify! It's a noun adjective. Two modified creatures. Oh, I see you holding priority. Somebody has a free counter spell in their hand. Or I guess there's a new free spell. But this ramp here is exactly what I need. Get a good start. Next turn we can even pop down a Shaya, who is herself landfall. Ooh, Iron Craig. So they're probably going to be setting up for the board wipe. Relic of Legends, so I don't have to worry about this getting countered. Oh, Toski. We go Toski over a Shaya this turn. Can't be countered. We've been indestructible. Let's start piling up some counters on you, too, because you're such a cutie patootie. I'm going to glimpse the core! I'm seeing it. I'm glimpsing it. You want to counter it? They did not want to counter it. We had so much mana. GG. Rada. Heart of Keld. Rada lets you play lands off the top of your library and can get huge based on the number of lands you have in play. This hand doesn't have that much mana in it. Not many forests, but I still think it's worth keeping it. I'm going to start with the Beast Caller. Holla holla. Table Passage will bring in a tapped land here. This is a little too bad. Go for the double spell this turn, rather than getting counters off just Bill's landfall ability. This Beast Caller, if it dives, also lets me distribute her counters. Did I meow? Did I? That's a great question. I don't always remember what weird noises I'm making day to day. I kind of wish I did. The horse is whinnying. And our Bill is dying. That's alright. We've got other fun stuff to play around with. Nissa. Gotta go for more mana, more fun, rather than just proliferating the Beast Caller here. Big Beast Caller. Benjamin Jensen. You may have taken out my commander. What if I told you I have a bunch of other good cards? Like this guy, and this one, and some of these, too. Ooh, you can get Death Touch if you had 2 mana. So that makes the Lotus Cobra not so good. I don't have any lands here. This gives Trample. I want to plot. I really don't need all of these alive. And me cutting off their mana makes me happy. I'm going in with all of these. We're down to 7. And I wish I could just, like, cast this. I can't. So I'll plot it instead so I can cast it for free next turn. Oh, hey, Crashing Footfalls. I forgot about you. I actually did not see them cast the Crashing Footfalls on turn 1. That's why they had the Copperline Gorge. That makes sense. Railway Brawler? Power of 0. Oh, Hunter's Mark. Never mind, they're killing this. Fine. It's all on you, Kyrian Beast Caller. It gets double blocked. We're gonna use that beautiful banked up mana. What if I yeah, I should have attacked in with the other 2 as well, since that was a forced block. How many did I have? That many. We do have Crashing Footfalls in Arena. I just forget about it. GG. Minsk and Boo, Timeless Heroes. Minsk and Boo make a Boo if you don't already have one, and then can put counters onto a hasty or trampling creature. Those counters can add up pretty quickly, and then you can sacrifice a creature to deal damage equal to its power to something else, or if you're feeling kind of cheeky, you could also use that to, you know, draw a lot of cards by sacrificing Boo himself. I mean, as long as it's a hamster, you get to draw the cards. I have a dragon and I have a horse. Turn 1 ramp. Ooh, turn 1 hardened scales. I like it. Am I playing tomorrow? Yeah, it's Sunday, right? I usually stream on Sundays. Hi, Domri. Domri doesn't have anything to make fight here.
I can only punish you if they catch you.
was actually going to go for the Ramanop, but because they have this Domri, I'm going to put as much damage on this Gal Greeters as I can to bring him down to 1 loyalty. I can still play Minsk and Boo here. And Boo will be very big because the Hardened Scales will add extra counters. Yeah, I could have also gone for like a treasure in that to try and get the Defiler out. Well, that's nice. They could just keep making another 6/5 though. It's one of the like roughest parts about this. I can swing both of you at Minsk and Boo. One of you will die. And the Boo will live!
I don't like the Boo. It's like...
It's Minsk and Boo and Boo! Why do we have the Alchemy nerfed Minsk and Boo when we have timeless cards in Brawl? Because this is modified for, I guess, all historic formats. Ow. What's a 10-9? They're bigger than me. Okay, they wouldn't be able to sacrifice. They would be able to grow, but it wouldn't grow much. You're gonna get, double plus 1, but half rounded down. So, the normal amount. Oh, wait. Double now with a doubling season. That'll also let Minsk and Boo, sacrifice the Boo when it comes into play. Would be a way to kill me right away. Brain's hurting from the math. Ugh, welcome to math. Coming out here, sweetie. I don't think I have anything that can stop that. Should have played that first. We're more big. There, I made a blocker. They would need one more land to play him, though. Aw. Cool, biogenic upgrade also works. GG Bootron! Vraska Golgari Queen. She's removal, she's sacrifice, and she eventually makes it so your opponent has to block or they die. Vraska Golgari Queen is pretty good against us, not just because, you know, Golgari has very good ramp and removal, but also because she's able to destroy almost every single creature in her deck, because most of them cost 2 or 3 mana. We have very few cards in this deck that cost more than 3. We have one in our hand. There really aren't many. Oh, Duress. Hey, I have lands. We don't discard. They'll be getting down Vraska before we can get out anything else. So whatever I play can be destroyed. I can try and make it so it's something that's like, I didn't put that much into it. If you destroy it, great. This thing can get out of hand. It's not out of hand yet. Okay, using this minus is that she won't be able to use it for a turn. For the Oran Reef Ooze, I choose to ooze. So many counters. Ooh, Voron collects. Yeah, you're big. You're scary. Gets them 2 lands and can flip over. Get them 2 creatures. Oh, a Vorinclex of my very own? Well, that's tempting. One, two, three. I can make it so they trade for Vorinclex. I think it's better to ramp. Abrupt Decay is now in this deck. Yeah, Abrupt Decay is great in Golgari decks. I have to remind myself to add it to Givrog when we build it. Fire on Refuse. Azoni! Wait, they kept her in the graveyard? Oh, so they could collect her as evidence with Azoni. Right. That does work. Very smart, very cool. This is not a land. And also, oh gosh. This puts me actually into a really awkward circumstance where I'm actually going to shuffle this away. If I have a Shia out and I play Pawk, I force the game into a draw. And, like, in general, I don't really want that to happen. By the way, I failed to get lands off the top of my deck. I just got the ones off Vorinclex. I have a Vorinclex, you have a Vorinclex, we have Vorinclexes. Sacrifice 2 creatures, okay. I possibly could flip this in a turn or two. Oracle's sick. I don't have any other card advantage. They have card advantage. I wonder if they're swinging in with Zoni here. Ah, with both of them. I can't block this because of the menace. Ileana. I think they have lethal by if I do this. Yeah, with Hive.
Fine, I'll leave.
We could. That's 5, and then 3, both on Menace. We're in Classies. They might not see it though. They could also go for, like, Vraska minus Kill Bill. I actually can't. No, sorry. Non-land. Thank you, Ashaya. The good news is they did not take that attack. Namada, if my creatures die, they'll get exiled. Blossom and Tort! Love it. We are all lands. There's a very cute interaction here, by the way, where Blossoming Tortoise is actually reducing the cost of Vorinclex's activated ability. And Bill's, yeah. Everybody is getting buffed. Because it's a land, it would now cost 4 mana to activate Bristly Bill. Hello, we're lands. You can't touch it. No touch. Your minus does not work on us. We are protected because we are the forest. Not sacrificing anything. Once again, chat is chanting for Bill. Chat wants Bill. I'm gonna saddle with Bill. Okay, 5-4 and a 6-6. That's actually totally fine with me. Makes you a little bit better. Those get munched up and the wag survives. Feels so smooth. Yeah, we can activate him again, too. Tapping our creatures here. Key to the archive. Our creatures are getting awful scary, right? Awful strong, awful scary. Key to the archives. They only have Golgari mana available to them right now. But there are some good Golgari cards. I think they have, like, Petrify? Putrefy? Yeah, Petrify. Oh. Get Heroic Monster. If they sacrifice a land, they'll get to draw some cards.
Sometimes sacrifice is necessary.
Let's also destroy a non-black creature. Would work here. What's this? Some of the cactus pulls have 4 arms and some have 6. Yeah, and some of them wear pants. But a lot of them don't. Also, I think I just have lethal here. 1 second. Let me just, double. Double. Just making sure. Yeah, okay, we're good. Cool. That seems adequate. Probably lethal. A little extra. GG, Braska. Lagrella the Magpie. Very good against us because she can exile our creatures after we've loaded them up with counters and hold them until she leaves play. Lagrella is also very good with her own creatures, which you can exile since they'll come back, and they'll actually come back bigger on her side of the battlefield. Lots of nice spant blinky things. Self-Fight Guru, thank you for the sub. Swing in. The Scout. Behold. Bill! Bill goes back to hand. Nope, they draw a card. This fits the bill. Makes it grow, too. Normally, I would go for Kami of Whispered Hopes. But in this circumstance, I'm setting up under the expectation that Lagrella is going to exile my commander, or whatever other good permanent I have. Here comes Lagrella. Didn't attack in first. Looks like they're going to exile Bill. I can actually keep Bill under Lagrella if I don't feel like replaying. I have Nissa next turn, too. Move my commander to the command zone? No. No, I don't think I will. You're gonna want to let your Lagrella die eventually, and I'll be waiting for that moment. Perhaps that moment will be right now? No? Okay. I'll play Kami of Whispered Hopes. We're 1 permanent away from the city's blessing. We have 9. We need 10. Yorian gives him a big old blink. They weren't swinging first. They're going to bounce the Nissa. And then exile. They could exile my forest. It just says creatures. This time I will move my commander out of the Lagrella zone. Just out here like, dang, we're gonna be in hoof territory so fast. I'm gonna play the Hash Up Oasis.
I protect that which cannot protect itself. Be wary of the ground.
This is me setting up for Crater Hoof Behemoth rather than really playing into what my commander does. Hello, Kogla. Big monkey. Big monkey fights. Kami Whispered Hopes. I won't bother exiling it. Or, floating the mana. They're attacking everything at Nissa. Let's see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. We care about keeping her alive? Not enough. No, we already have, like, a lot of damage threatened here. I was really hoping for a land, though, so I could tap that. I'm trying to decide if I just go in and activate Bill. Since it would double these two. Yeah, we go in. We buff up with Bill. GG. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Brawl Stars. I hope you liked watching Bristly Bill in action. I didn't get to go off quite as hard as I did before I started recording, but trust me when I say Bristly Bill is aggro and super good. Being a 2-mana commander that scales and scales the rest of your scales cards, that's right, you're going for absolutely huge creatures, tons of value, and a lot of fun with this deck. I really enjoyed getting to play it. I am a fan of mono green, and I'm also a fan of having a good mono green scales commander, which I actually think that Bristly Bill is the best one we've ever gotten in Arena. So thank you for adding it as part of Thunder Junction Wizards of the Coast. I'd love to see more fun cards. If you are looking for the deck list, it is in the description of the video. And if you'd like to suggest a commander for me to brew, like this one, this was a suggestion, please let me know in the comments. Also, if there's anything you really liked, anything you'd like to see, any cards you would have added into the deck, let me know in the comments below. Also, if you'd like to hang out with me while I record these, and also just while I stream, please come over to twitch.tv/Amazonian. It's actually my main channel, and it's where I play so much Brawl. I even do a lot of drafts that I don't really put on YouTube, and guess what else? We talk about Transformers. I try not to talk about Transformers when I'm recording the videos. It does happen on the stream. I can't help it. It's a compulsion. It's very bad. Thank you so much for watching, and have a brawlful day.